Alright, hey guys, this is Love Your Money, making a video on how to use the different tiling settings in Stack and Tile. I actually made one before this, but I guess the dimensions were too large when I had the whole 30-inch monitor selected, so I'm remaking this. Alright, so the setting up Stack and Tile should be pretty easy and self-explanatory. But I'm just going to go over the different tile settings and the hotkeys that I use when I play. So the setting I use is the action required setting, and I'll demonstrate how I use that. So I'm just going to hit start. So when you're in trial version, this little bug comes up, but if you just hit OK, it'll go away and the program will work fine. You guys can't see all the slots in my Stack and Tile setup, but I have 9 slots, and when you first start Stack and Tile, what happens is all the tables are recognized as new tables, and Stack and Tile puts them into new slots. And with this setting, all the tables that you folded on are going to go into slot number 1, which is right here. And as action is required, the tables will come out into different slots. So I'm just going to stack all tables and you guys can see how it works. So I'm just going to triple barrel. So as you can see, the tables are coming up into slots. Oops. Bam. That's how we do it, baby. So as you can see, the tables are coming up into slots as action is required. And whenever I fold, the table goes right back into the slot number 1. And this is where all the tables are stored. It's very convenient. You can do all your play with just the mouse if you want. But what I like to do is, this makes it so you can play more tables, is just have let's just use the hotkeys on my keyboard. So I have the F hotkey as the fold and stack, so I don't have to go all the way over here. I can just be wherever on the table and just hit the F hotkey and boom, boom. As you can see, it's very fast. I mean, I have only 7 tables, but it feels really easy, and I usually play up to 18 tables on this very easily. So another hotkey that I tend to use when starting tables is if I'm playing heads up with someone to start a table, I use the keep table and grid hotkey. What this does is lock the table in the slot, so I'll demonstrate. So if I hit G right here, this little pop-up is going to come up, and then if I hit fold on this table like I did, unlike before, Stack and Tile doesn't send the table into the slot. So alright, let's say I turned it on over here, wait for my turn. So I'm about to hit fold, and then I'm about to hit fold and stack, and as you can see, both tables just stayed in the same slot because I had the keep table and grid on. So if I want to turn it off, I'm just gonna hit G again. This little pop-up comes up again, and now I can just stack the tables again. So this is very convenient, and this is my favorite way to use Stack and Tile. So now I'll stop and demonstrate the other 2 styles. So I'm just going to change it, make sure to hit save. So we wait for it to come back up. Alright, so it's back, and I'm going to start again. The little bug is going to come up again, so I'm going to hit OK. So as you can see, all the tables are gonna go into new table slots, but I just hit my hotkey for stack all tables. So with this tile setting, what's gonna happen is it's just like stacking. All your play is gonna happen in this spot, and whenever you want to focus on tables, you just bring the tables out manually, just like that. And then if you fold, stack and tile doesn't bring the table back into the slot. You have to manually stack it yourself and assign a hotkey for that. Alright. So I'm not really a big fan of this, but for those of you who have been stacking for a while and are more used to it, are gonna be able to use this style. And then there's a hotkey called move or send table to bottom, which I have D for that, and you can just use that to go through the tables. So just like that, and then I can just bring the table out, and then it said fold because he's a retard. So with this setting, all your play is done in just this one slot, and as tables require action, you just bring them out yourself, and then you do your thing, and then you throw them back to where they belong. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Alright, so we're gonna hit stop again and change our setting to after entering pot. Hit save, wait for it to come back, start. Alright, so with this setting, whoops, all the tables go into new table slots as usual. So with this setting, whenever I enter a pot, stack and tile will bring the table out into a new slot, just like it did right here. But most of the pre-flop play is going to be done in here in slot 1. Once again, I'm not really a big fan of this, but there are some users on the stack and tile forums that seem to like the style. I just think it can cause to misclicks and autopiloting and that kind of stuff, and I'm just more used to the tiling style. Alright, so I think I've covered all of the different tile settings. Now I'll go into some more stuff I want to cover. So I'll switch back to the style I'm used to. What happened? Huh. Alright, so this part is for Mr. Mike, I Sunk Your Battleship. We're talking on Skype, and he was talking about how he doesn't, or how he thinks placement is better than this, and then I thought about it, and I think you can use this program just like placement. And what you're gonna do is, what you need to do is just set up more slots. I personally use 9 all total, which you can only see 4, but there's some under it or whatever, under the frame that's selected for the video. So what you can do is there's a hotkey for keep all tables in grid, and for me that is H. So, and then I have the stack all tables hotkey, which is T. So if I hit, oops, I need to start the program for it to work, obviously. So as you can see, if I hit A, all the tables are stacked, or yeah, all the tables are stacked, and then if I hit T, all the tables are tiled. And now if I hit H, what's gonna happen is gonna keep all the tables in the grid, so whenever I fold, the tables don't go back into the stack, and this is just like tiling. But what's convenient with this program is that it works for any site besides Cake. I guess the Cake support made it so I don't really know what the terminology is, but I guess it doesn't work for Cake. And if you need a more detailed explanation of all these settings or need any other help, you can refer to the Stack and Tile website. You can see the link right here. And if you need if you need help on anything else, you can click on help and go over these. Or if you don't want to use the keep all tables in grid hotkey, you can go into advanced options and uncheck this little left click detection button if you use the mouse to play. Now what that's gonna do is whenever you left click with your mouse, the table is not going to go back into the stack. So that's what that does, and this is going to be really similar to just using placement and just having the table stay in the same slots. And what you're going to have to do is just create more slots for you to use. And lastly, I want to cover this external VPIP key. This is for you guys that use programs like Table Ninja or Merge keys. So what you're going to need to do is for every hotkey you have set up with Merge, you're going to have to make sure that Stack and Tile recognizes that hotkey. So if you have a CBET hotkey or Fold hotkey or whatever else hotkey that you might use. So let's say if you have, I don't know, let's say E for CBET 1/2 pi, you're going to have to hit that and then add it, and you're going to have to do that for every hotkey. So make sure to do that if you use Merge hotkeys, or otherwise it's not going to work. And I think we covered everything. So if you have any more questions, feel free to post on the forums. And I'm sure someone will help you out. Alright, thanks guys. Take care.